Who are we? No, I'm just kidding. Hello, people of the internet, and welcome to us again. Thank you for coming back. If you haven't seen us before, then thank you for joining us. This is a horrible beginning, but it is a-okay because I just don't care that much. I am one of your hosts, Sarah, and this is
Haley.
And we're going to be telling you about things and stuff today. What things and stuff?
Are you going to tell them who we are first?
I did.
You said this is us.
Yes, I said that Sarah and Haley. Yeah, we're Salem's Ministry of the Occult. Gosh. If you don't know that at this point, then
You have to believe that we're getting
doing?
new followers.
I am new to following.
Jesus Christ.
Coolio.
All right, so today we are bringing you two more types of witchcraft. We have time and we have angelic. I don't exactly know why we chose to put those two together, but we did.
You know, decisions were made. Were they good decisions? Who knows?
And not all of them, but most of them.
We'll never know. Yeah, but you know what? We're here now. That's all that matters.
Yeah. Okay, so what I have for you guys today is angelic witchcraft. So these witches are the ones that follow paths invoked by the presence or assistance of angels in rituals, spells, and everyday life. Many of their practices come from ancient traditions and texts. One such text would be the Enochian magic system.
Enochian.
Okay.
Enochian!
This was developed by John Dee and Edward Kelly in the 16th century.
John D.
D.
Winchester?
No, that's John Dean. This is D. D-E-E. Some of the key concepts for angelic magic are angelic invocation, Enochian magic, high magic, and archangels.
High magic.
That just means like the more ceremonial magic. So there's more
that you get super high for.
There's more pomp and finesse in that kind of magic. To an angelic witch, angels are seen as benevolent spiritual beings. These beings offer guidance, protection, and assistance to those who call upon them. When angels are called upon through the use of rituals, spells, or anything else that you could do as a witch, the invoker is seeking the blessings of these beings and to connect with their powerful energy. So now we're going to go over some of the benefits from angelic magic. Just a kind of disclaimer, this path isn't one that's like full of rituals and spells. It's used more as a spiritual growth and transformation.
I do have a question on it.
Yeah.
Is the followers of this one usually more of a Christianity based?
It didn't really say that. I would imagine that typically you would see a lot more like Christian witches believing in angelic witchcraft, but I think it could be anyone. It's one of those things that if you believe in angels and like demons, you don't have to necessarily be Christian for that. So I mean,
that makes sense.
Yeah, you can use them. I mean, I'm a firm believer in like, because I mean, I grew up myself like being non-denominational and being spiritual, and I've picked and chosen things that I believe from all religions, like karma, but I'm not Buddhist, but I believe in karma. You know, so I think it just depends on what you believe and what you're willing to practice.
I get that. We like it.
So with spiritual growth, this type of magic can bring about deeper connection with the divine. It enhances intuition and psychic abilities, and it promotes inner peace and spiritual enlightenment. Another thing that it can help with is protection and guidance. It provides a sense of safety and protection from negative energies, offers guidance and support in challenging times, and helps in making informed decisions through divine insights. There's also healing and transformation. Facilitates emotional and physical healing, encourages personal transformation and self-improvement, assists in releasing past traumas and negative patterns. So it's kind of just a good for all kind of thing. Think of it, I mean, while reading this, it kind of just...
White magic.
Yeah, it makes you feel good. It makes you feel clean and safe and happy.
Purity culture.
Yeah, which I think, you know, at its roots is what Christianity is supposed to be. You know?
Purity culture?
Well, like, just safe and
protective
and healing.
I I get that. Because, I mean, there are a lot, especially like in the Bible, that is misinterpreted.
Yes. And I mean, Christianity isn't even the oldest religion. So there is no telling that, there's no saying that archangels or angels are Christian made. They could have taken it from another religion that just doesn't exist anymore, and we haven't found it yet.
Actually,
we don't know.
There is a counterpart to them in Hellenism. I'm trying to think what they're called. I don't remember what they're called, but there's essentially like a counter division. They're not. It's not nymphs. There's something else. I can't remember what they're called. Yeah, we'll look into it.
Possibly.
Yes, we'll possibly give you more information on that, or do your own research. Comment below what you find.
If you already practice, let us know.
Yeah,
you know,
straight up.
Some ways that we can practice angelic magic.
Let me take that kiss back. I don't want to get the mono.
Damn. Some ways that we can practice angelic magic is to set your intentions. This is going to be something that you're going to see no matter what branch, no matter what flavor of witchcraft you follow.
We really do be saying that every single time. Set your intentions, bitches.
Because here's the thing, and here's like I think the most central message you can hear from any practicing witch, Wiccan, pagan, anything. 90% of what you're doing is intention and manifestation. If you are not speaking your truth into existence, if you're not believing it, it's not going to happen.
That's fine. Love yourself. Believe in yourself.
You need to ensure that you start your endeavors clearly from the start. This ensures that rituals and invocations are guided to remain on the proper track. You need to choose a sacred space. This is another one that is it's obvious. You're practicing witchcraft. And honestly, I think even if it's not, witchcraft, think of any religion where you pray. Muslims, they have specific times and specific ways in which they pray. That is their sacred space, right?
Facts.
And they can make it anywhere, as long as I think it's facing east.
Is it east or is it west?
I don't remember. They have to face a specific direction. They have their mat, and they have to pray at the same time every day. Like they have their ritual. Their safe space is, I think, more in the ritual than it is like where they are. But it's the same concept, right?
Indeed.
Yeah, there we go. So yeah, we've discussed it plenty of times. Sacred spaces are necessary within witchcraft.
And this is our sacred space.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be a whole room. Like you don't need a basement to be your sacred space.
In fact, it can be a closet.
It can be a closet. It can be literally a table. Because some people, like, you don't live in like an area or a home where witchcraft is accepted. You can make what's like kind of referred to as traveling altars, which means
like a little box.
Yeah, you put everything away in a box. When you need it, you bring it out. You do your spells, you do your invocations, you put it away. It's not something that stays up and stays out all the time. That's completely fine. We're not saying that you have to be rich and have a whole room dedicated to what you're doing.
Hey, now, just because you got a room dedicated doesn't mean you're rich.
This is fair. Okay. In general, we're not saying that. Find a place where you are comfortable and safe and secure in practicing what you believe. Let's see. Something else that we can do is connect with archangels. Obviously, this is angelic magic. You're going to need to connect with the angels.
Oh, do you have information on the different ones?
A few of them. I don't think these are all of them, but again, I'm not very Christian oriented. I only know of a few of them.
It is not all of them.
This is just a brief summary. I think it's the main ones that I found.
It is the ones that are kind of most referred to and kind of not exactly followed, because there are some that aren't on that list that are kind of followed.
Yeah. Archangels are powerful celestial beings who can assist you in various aspects of your life. Some of the most commonly invoked archangels include Michael for protection and courage, Raphael for healing and wellness, Gabriel for communication and creativity, Uriel for wisdom and illumination. Okay, and these are the ones that are not on Supernatural, so I'm probably going to butcher their pronunciation.
Let me see.
Zedkiel?
Yes.
For forgiveness and transformation. Jovial?
Jovial.
What? There's no V.
Joking.
What she said. For beauty and joy. Samuel? Okay, cool. For love and relationships.
Cupid.
Eros. This is probably where, or they drew inspiration from Cupid, probably. But I digress. Don't know anything. Don't quote me. Those are not by any means all the ones that are out, like all the archangels. Those are just the ones that were on the site that I found.
Castiel.
Is that an archangel? For real?
I mean, technically, I don't think it's exactly.
I thought that was just something they made up for
You thought they made up Castiel? Oh my god.
Yes.
No. There is an archangel. Where's my fucking phone? There it is. Okay. Shut up, Mom.
I'm gonna let you find out my
silence from you. You're cut off from talking.
Jesus.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. While she's looking at that, I'm going to keep going because my computer probably is going to die. The next up, we have rituals and invocations. The use of prayers, chants, or Enochian keys to call on archangels and invite them into your sacred space. Visualize their presence and feel their divine energy surrounding you. You can use candles, crystals, and incense to enhance your experiences. You need to trust your intuition. You need to learn how to listen to it. You may receive visions or dreams from archangels. To interpret these messages, you need to be able to pay attention to the signs and trust that the angels are leading you towards your highest good.
Okay, that's just a list of angels, not the archangel.
Performing rituals. Rituals are very important in this practice. These rituals can be lighting candles, burning incense, or using specific herbs and crystals to enhance the energy and vibration of your space. There is prayer, which is communicating with angels through spoken or written prayers, or also probably, in your mind. Like when you pray in a church, you pray up here. You don't speak, you don't write it out, you pray up here. Which might also be more akin with meditation, but connecting with angels through deep meditation. There are angel cards, so like oracles that you can use for guidance and insight. Sigil magic is also good here. We talked about this in a different episode, but you can draw sigils to invoke angelic energies because I'm pretty sure there are sigils that are specific to the angels. And then there are offerings. You can leave offerings of food or other items as a token of gratitude. You need to be open to experimenting with different rituals and finding what resonates best with you. Remember that the most powerful aspect of any ritual is your intention and connection with the divine. So this is one of those things that it is what you make it. If you're not feeling connected with a certain ritual or invocation, it's not going to work. Point blank.
Okay, Castiel is not on the list of archangels.
He's just an angel.
Yes.
Nah.
It is Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, Metatron, Raziel, Jophiel, Zedkiel, Shamuel, Haniel, Raguel, Ariel, Azrael, and Sandalphon.
What are these names?
You're gonna say that about Metatron? Are you kidding me?
Literally the first time I saw Metatron, it was supernatural, not gonna lie. And I thought that they were just making fun of Transformers.
Honestly.
Like, I didn't think that was real.
Sense. Azrael is transition and death. Sandalphon is the prophet of Elijah. Did you go over Raziel?
No.
Secrets of God. Metatron, celestial scribe. Haniel, joy, harmony. Raguel, justice, harmony. Ariel, lioness of God. I think that's all the ones you didn't have.
Nice.
Indeed.
All right. And the final step of angel magic is to practice gratitude. You need to take the time after each ritual or invocation to express your thanks to the angels for their guidance.
I'm grateful for you.
Protection and love.
Thank you for your guidance, protection, and love.
You're welcome. You can also keep a gratitude journal where you write down all the signs and blessings from the angels that you've experienced throughout your practice. And here are some signs that the angels are near or speaking to you.
Angel numbers?
Angel numbers are a thing. Demon numbers are also a thing. You can look into those.
I haven't heard of that.
Yeah, demonic numbers. It's like 666. That's a demonic number.
But that's an angel number.
They call them demonic numbers. They don't necessarily have like bad meanings. It's just they're not the like quote unquote angel numbers. But first up, we have feathers. Finding white feathers in unexpected places is often seen as a sign that angels are watching over you. If you experience sudden or unexplainable warmth or chills, this can signal the presence of an angel. The sensation often brings a comforting and peaceful feeling. So, any sort of like temperature change. If you experience light flashes, so brief streaks of light, colorful orbs, or glows out of the corner of your eye, can indicate angelic activity. Fragrances. If you detect pleasant, unexplained scents like roses, jasmine, or other floral aromas, it could be a sign of the angels being nearby. Overheard conversations. Sometimes you might overhear a conversation or a song that provides the specific guidance or answer you've been seeking.
Sorry. Did you know that 9 Japanese culture is feared because it sounds like suffering or torture?
I want to say I'd heard something like that before. It may
Also,
not have been about 9, but
333 is associated with the infernal feminine or Lilith.
Yep.
That's actually really cool. 717 is associated with Asmodeus, symbolizing lust and obsession.
Yeah, so it's like, so you also have like, you have like a birth, like angel. You also have a birth demon. So like if you have an angel portion of it, you have a demon portion too. It's really cool. I don't have a lot of knowledge on any of that part. Anything I have seen or have a little bit of knowledge on, I've seen it off TikTok. So honestly, look into it for your own safety. Don't take my word for it. Other signs are dreams and visuals. So angels often communicate through dreams or meditative visions. Pay attention to recurring symbols or messages that may resonate deeply with you. Feeling touched. A gentle, loving touch on your shoulder or back when no one is there can be a tender sign of an angel's presence. Hold on. Extraordinary coincidences and meaningful alignments of events can suggest divine orchestration by angelic guides. Numbers and symbols. Repeatedly seeing specific numbers such as 11444 or angelic symbols can be an affirmation from the angels that you are on the right path. Inner knowledge. Sometimes you just know. A sudden clarity or a gut feeling often indicates that your angels are offering you guidance.
I do be getting that a lot.
And like, because I am kind of big with like numbers having significance, not necessarily because of like angel or demon numbers, but they are good insight. Like
I mean, numerology is a really big thing. Yeah. There's so much just absolute weird like coincidence that happens with numerology, and it's just insane.
Like my mom had a friend who she was talking. She was like, "Yeah, every time I got off work, I would like get off, and the clock would be like 333." Or like I'd go to work and the clock would be 333. Or she'd check her phone and she was like, I just kept seeing it. So I looked it up. I was like, what does the angel number 333 mean? And it was like, get ready to travel, like be open to travel. And we had just been talking about how she wanted to travel more. And I was like,
it's telling her to travel.
Yeah, it's telling you to travel. So I mean, it can have insight. It can be very pertinent to whatever you're wanting. You're bringing it about for yourself. You've got to pay attention to the signs though.
And that's on period.
Yeah. Even if you don't, and like, because this is the thing, and this is why, like, I've always said I'm a very spiritual person, and I believe more in the universe because I consider stuff like that signs from the universe. And I mean, we've said it basically my whole life that when we're asking for the universe to give us signs, it will, but we have to be open and receptive to them. We have to see them.
Exactly.
So, like, we know, like, we took a family vacation and we all got the stomach virus before. We knew this is going to be a shit trip, but we were also adamant that we were going to go because we deserved a good vacation. It had been a while since we had one, so we went anyway. Because we were like, by the time we get down there, we won't be sick anymore. And then my brand new car got in a car accident because somebody rear-ended me. A drunk driver rear-ended me with kids in the back seat. Literally everyone got taken out with the stomach virus while we were down there. Like, it was god fucking awful.
It told you.
It did. The universe was literally like, I told you not to do this.
I told you not to go. And what did you do anyways?
You went. So it's kind of one of those things, like me and my sister, we joke because we're like, sometimes we know what the universe is telling us. Like, we see the signs, we know the universe is saying, don't do this.
And you do it anyways.
Yeah, we'll sit and we'll weigh it and we'll say, this could go poorly. The universe is telling me this is probably going to go poorly, but I really want to do it, so I'm going to take the risk. And then it goes poorly. And we can't even be mad.
Risk it for the biscuit.
Literally. Like, we know in that moment that the universe is just like, I told you. And we're like, I know. You ain't got to say it.
But I know you will.
I know you will, but you don't have to say it. But usually also, because it kind of plays in with karma too, where like if really bad things happen to you and the universe has been like trying to be like, hey, don't do this, and you do it anyway, and then you fuck yourself over, the universe will then send you something good afterwards, because they'll be like, man, that was really rough, I'm sorry.
I always know whenever I'm about to do something that I'm not supposed to, because I'm telling you, I smell my great-grandmother's perfume.
This was in here. And this puts a lot of things that I've always equated to like spirits and ghosts in the pretext of angels. So again, it's what you believe. If you believe that the presence you feel is an angel, it's an angel. If you believe it's your grandmother, it's your grandmother. Believe in what you want to believe. It's all the same. You know, it's different, but it's the same. There we go.
Either way, someone's watching you.
Yeah. And you should have some comfort in that. Let's see. How can you integrate angel magic into your daily life? You can start with an angel altar. So creating a sacred space with angelic symbols, crystals, and candles where you can connect.
So they can use like angel hair pasta.
Sure. Go for it. See if it works.
Gosh. Make an angel out of angel hair pasta.
Cooked or uncooked?
Uncooked.
Okay.
I feel like it's going to be easier to do uncooked.
No, you can mold cooked and then it dries and hardens again. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but like,
Huh.
I don't know. That feels like it would probably be like kind of starchy and slimy.
I think it gets a little tacky, but I think that would work in your benefit.
I don't know. I feel like that would just feel really, really icky.
You've never touched wet pasta?
I don't like to touch
I throw
pasta.
mine against the wall to see if it's done.
I just like,
because it does stick.
I just eat the pasta. I don't think about the texture or the
I
feel
used to
of
do
it.
that, and then I mean, it just burns your tongue because I'm too impatient to wait for it to cool all the way down.
I mean, that's fair, but
So-
you just gotta like.
Moving on.
There's two types of people in the world.
Rituals and spells. You can incorporate angel magic into your rituals and spells, whether you're casting a protection spell, performing a healing ritual, or seeking guidance. You can include angelic invocations to amplify the power of your magic. There are angel affirmations. You can use positive affirmations to invite angelic energies into your life. You can talk to the angels throughout your day, whether it's through prayer, meditation, or simply speaking out loud. And you need to remember that they're always listening and ready to assist you. Okay, so also be careful what you say. That's what I took from that. You can call upon specific archangels for guidance and support in different areas of your life. So for example, you can invoke Archangel Michael for protection or Raphael for healing. Follow divine guidance. Trust the signs sent by the angels and follow their guidance. It may lead you to unexpected blessings and opportunities. Spread love and light as you connect with the angelic realms. Remember to spread love, kindness, and compassion in your daily interactions. This not only benefits those around you, but also raises the vibration of the collective consciousness, which I fucking love, because I've had a theory for years that we all have a hive mind, and
I can see it.
we don't have enough time to get into it today. So if you want to know, comment below. We'll make a video on it. Probably a TikTok, because it really isn't that long, but I'll start on a whole tangent.
We love it.
That, I can't click on the link right now because her Wi-Fi is down. But
yeah, so sorry about that, guys.
This saved as angel magic from Morgana magic spell. I will try.
Morgana or Morgana?
Morgana. And that, for me, wraps up angelic magic. I'm going to close that because it's going to die anyway. So time witches.
Time witches! Time practitioners manipulate the flow, perception, or structure of time. This includes for divination, manifestation, and healing. It's quite wonderful. Working with cycles, cosmic rhythms, and different astral planes.
Okay.
So, you know, jumping dimensions. What? You don't like jumping dimensions?
No.
Well, fuck you. Related concepts. The witching hour, which is 3 a.m. when the veil between worlds is at its thinnest.
That's why you get woken up in the middle of the night by creepy ass noises.
I don't get waken up by creepy ass noises. I just wake up and I'm just like, I am the creepy ass noise. Actually, good to know. Good to know. May also focus on quantum physics within the practice.
Okay.
Which is really cool. And I tried to do some research about quantum physics, and I was like, because I don't understand quantum physics, but it is often following the belief that intentionality influences energy and matter at a subatomic level, which is kind of neat.
Yeah.
So if you know anything about quantum physics, tell us in the comments. Tell me what you know, because if it can help me understand it, I actually would love that.
I think this is where we get like the multiverse and like the Mandela effect kind of stuff.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. Which I believe in.
Same.
I don't think we're on the timeline we started on by any fucking means.
Dude, straight up, I'm telling you, 2016.
Look up the whole CERN.
CERN?
So there's a...
Is that the one that's like the world ended in 2012 and we just jumped timelines?
Yeah. Because I don't know if it was 2012, but I used to be... I delved like super fucking deep into this whole thing. But they have like I think it's a hydrogen particle collider something. I don't know.
Wait a second. Yes. Yeah. They had turned it on and they just turned it off. Like, when was it?
Well, they turned it on. And the first time they turned it on, there was a ferret that jumped into it and exploded. And so they were like, when that happened, it obliterated the timeline that we were on. And it shot us into a new one. Because they were like, the whole thing with this is that it moves us to a new timeline. So like it ends ours and saves us at the same time, basically.
Yeah.
And that's when we first got that shift of like, it's not the Bearstein Bears, it's the Bearstein Bears. Like, you know?
Yeah.
Everything had different spellings and shit. And then I think they turned it on again kind of near, I think, when COVID was happening, because there was a whole big ceremony, and I remember everyone being like, there's so much satanic symbolism in the ceremony that they did for this. And it basically, and then they came out like not long after that, and they were like, yeah, no, we've decimated our timeline a few times when we all should have been wiped out years ago, but we weren't. We just moved to a different timeline. But nobody believed them because they were like,
you're crazy.
You're crazy. And then a few years ago, they were like, we're going to turn it on to 100%. They've never turned it on to 100% before, but they were like, we're going to do it to see what happens.
Like there's not enough shit going on?
Yeah. Yeah. Because everyone was like, so you mean to tell me that the other times you've turned this on, it hasn't even been at full power? So people thought that they were going to turn this thing on and like that was going to be the end of existence. Like they were going to completely decimate like the multiverse by turning it on.
Yeah.
Full power.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's fucking wild. You've got to look into it. The company is CERN. CERN.
I am going to have to look into this because that sounds fucking wild.
It was. I remember reading it and I was like, convinced. I'm convinced this happened. Because literally like 2012, I remember the world in like, I remember things in a certain color and like certain sounds and just everything seemed hopeful. And then like we hit it and it just like, I was like,
what is this?
And it's like, they say that's why like if you have sudden moments where you're like, you get dizzy and discombobulated and then you just start like seeing things that you haven't seen before, like buildings that haven't been there before and stuff like you've jumped a timeline. You can feel it happening, but you don't know what it is.
That's so wild.
Yeah. It was crazy because I was like,
maybe that's why we all have like there's so much mental illness in the world, because we've like, maybe that's just like a side effect of jumping timelines.
Yeah, we fucked with it too much. And we didn't even do it.
Facts.
But yeah. It's one of my favorite conspiracy theories because I could believe it 100%. We don't know what those scientists are doing.
Yeah, that's true. Keep up to date with the science world. How to get started in time with your quantum physics for dummies, astral dimensions, time relativity. Yeah, it can just be a lot easier with a background
in quantum physics.
Yeah, if you just get a little information on quantum physics and then find theories that resonate with you. Like the CERN.
Protocol collider. Yeah.
Isn't there some about like whenever Chernobyl, like
Probably.
that it did something to our timeline or something?
I mean,
I want to say
because people do think that like when massive events like that happen, our timeline shifts.
it would make sense.
It would, but like with the CERN stuff, it's more like instead of it being accidental, they're doing it intentionally.
There's just some things that Mary Shelley had right. Okay, just because we can
doesn't mean we should.
Yeah.
But yeah, they came out and they were like, yeah, we did this, and so people were like, okay, well, can we go back? And they were like, no, because that timeline doesn't exist anymore. Because they were like, it ended in 2012. There is no going back because it didn't continue moving forward. It stopped.
That's so terrifying.
Yeah.
But honestly,
it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude. Now that I'm like thinking back, like there's literally just so much stuff that changed in 2012.
Yeah, like and not even that, but just like think of things that they're now finding in like the medical field and like the history, like dinosaurs not being scales, they're feathers.
Yes. Do you remember growing up, waking up early in the morning and hearing mourning doves?
Maybe. I remember hearing birds. I don't know what kind of birds.
The birds.
The birds.
They work for the bourgeoisie. But I remember specifically hearing like the...
Do they do
hoo, hoo? Essentially, it's kind of like a...
Yeah.
Yeah. You never hear it anymore.
Yeah, that's fair. I never feel like I wake up and hear birds anymore.
I hear birds. I don't hear the same birds.
That's, yeah. They're more like Tweety birds if I do hear them.
Exactly. Like, they're more like mockingbirds and...
Literally, so the other year, I was literally thinking, because I was like, I remember when we were kids, every year during the summer, we would hear cicadas. Mm-hmm. Every year, without fail, there was a season of cicadas. And then we got older, and I remember I was like, I haven't heard cicadas in years. And people were like, well, yeah, that's because they go dormant for like 7 years. 13 years. And I was like, no. We had them every year when we were kids.
Wild.
And then that year when I was like, I haven't heard cicadas in a really, really
And then, of course,
time.
they come back.
And then they came back.
Yep.
Because it was like, oh, shit, she caught on. Turn it back on.
Yeah, literally.
But, yeah, it's like, it's shit like that. And I think there's one other thing. Because, like, I remember growing up and, like, being told either, like, the gallbladder or the appendix, or both. I think it was both of them, that we don't know what their uses were. Because you technically don't need them. We can remove them.
Well, the appendix, I believe we've known these for a while, but the gallbladder, they've just recently found what it does actually.
Well, because I remember asking my mom, because a girl that I went to school with, her appendix ruptured while we were in class, and she didn't know. She thought she was just starting her period. And the next day, they were like, yeah, she had to go to the hospital for emergency surgery. And I remember asking, I was like, so if the appendix can rupture, why don't we just take it out to begin with? And they were like, well, it's unnecessary. And I'm like, okay, well, what do we use it for? And everyone, even my parents, and my mom's a nurse. My mom's been a nurse my whole life. She was like, well, no one really knows what it does. Like, it doesn't do anything anymore. And we don't know what it originally did. It's just still there. We haven't evolved to not have it anymore. And now everyone's like, yeah, it has a use. And I'm like, what is it? Or what was it? And no one will say what it was.
I'm about to Google it. What does the appendix do?
But I just remember it because my mom said that, and I was like, no, you told me all the time growing up that we don't know what the appendix is for.
Okay. The appendix acts as a safe house for beneficial gut bacteria, allowing the microbiome to repopulate the intestines after illness. It also functions as part of the immune system, containing lymphoid tissue that helps produce white blood cells and antibodies. to fight infections.
Yeah, see, that wasn't a thing. Because I remember being told that people thought they thought that your appendix acted like almost like a I think it's like a chicken gizzard. Like if
chicken gizzard.
If you ate something like you weren't supposed to, like rocks or something, that it would go to the appendix and the appendix would like help get rid of it. That's what people thought it was for, but they didn't know.
That's so funny.
I remember specifically being told that because I was like, that's fucking bullshit.
That's fair.
And now everyone's like, no, we've always known what it means. No, we haven't. We're just on a different fucking timeline.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of
Tostino's doesn't have another T, or it's another S.
Chick-fil-A
Because
doesn't
it's
have
Totino's.
Or fala, really.
Yeah, and now it's actually Chick-fil-A. I know
it's so
yeah, it's all sorts of shit, man.
But yeah, tell us your favorite conspiracy theory.
Yeah,
theory
would be a better name. Conspiracy theory, because you're
serious.
I meant like fear.
Oh yeah, that too.
You're believing it and you're fearing it. Thank you for joining us, and as always, our brains are yours to pick.